Tony Beets, a gold miner, found an abandoned gold drum in Nugget Creek, filled with tons of gold waiting to be discovered. After losing nearly $1 million in a lightning disaster, Tony bet everything to restore the forgotten relic. The Trommel was a hulking metal beast, about 40 feet long and moving on wheels, designed to sift through dirt and spit out the worthless rubble. It held a hidden feature that could change everything about their hunt. A secret that would soon make all the difference. Tony's team had to haul the Trommel out, piece by piece, and bring it back to the camp in just 3 days. They had to move over 100 miles through some of the roughest roads out there, with a plan to complete the mission in just 3 days. However, getting there wasn't the hardest part. Getting the Trommel onto the ferry was where things started to get dicey. The truck they were using was over 80 feet long, and there were questions about whether the ferry could even handle the weight. Mike had confidence in the truck, but the only other route was to drive 175 miles in the other direction to find another bridge. The main job was to get the Trommel from Moose Creek to the camp in 3 days, and the clock was ticking. Day 1 started with breaking down the conveyor. Then on day 2, they went for the sluice box. Cody Hunter managed to get it separated without too much trouble. Finally, it was time to go after the biggest part, the 20-ton drum. That's when things started going sideways. The real challenge came when Kevin tried to cut a steel plate that had been welded to one of the Trommel's legs. This plate was supposed to support the frame, but as soon as Kevin began cutting, the Trommel started tipping over, nearly crushing him. It was only by sheer luck that Kevin managed to get away unharmed. Just as everyone thought the danger had passed, another worker slipped and fell into the drum, causing a moment of absolute panic. Once they managed to get the drum free, they loaded it up onto a military tank transporter. The goal was to get the Trommel and its parts to the highway before nightfall, and they had only 3 hours left. The road was terrible, uneven and muddy. Eventually, they got stuck in thick mud, leading to a complete halt in the journey. Fortunately, they had a backhoe loader on hand, which managed to pull them out of trouble. The veteran miner was pleased when all the pieces were finally brought back to camp, expressing appreciation for their hard work in harsh conditions. Just when things seemed better, more trouble was on the way. One of the trucks carrying the equipment suddenly flipped over, and the driver was stuck inside. Meanwhile, the seasoned gold miner's competitor, Ness, had set a target of 1,000 ounces of gold, but after weeks of digging, they found out that the hole they were working on was empty. Cruz, one of Ness's men, flipped his 30-ton rock truck while driving in the pit, and they managed to collect 45 ounces of gold. The Yukon veteran, a gold miner, knew that the real value of the Trommel was more than just finding gold in 3 days. He believed that the Trommel would make the process of finding gold faster and more efficient, transforming his entire operation. The claim owner had invested in a custom-built excavator, which had made the process of shifting heavy rock faster. The Trommel was meant to give his crew a steady workflow, free from the constant mechanical problems that plagued older dredges. The Trommel was a game-changer, offering efficiency and simplifying the logistics of gold mining. Instead of transporting dirt from one place to another, the Trommel could do the job right where the gold was found, saving time, cutting down transportation costs, and giving the miner a clear edge over the competition. With the Trommel on his side, he could process more material faster, giving him the chance to hit his production targets without depending on unreliable equipment. The Trommel itself was like a treasure chest, not because it held gold, but because it gave the mining expert the means to unlock gold hidden in the ground more effectively than before. This move showed the miner's willingness to adapt and take risks. The mining boss was known for his tough personality, known for his no-nonsense approach, and his willingness to take calculated risks. His reputation took a hit when he approved of a joke that went too far, leading to serious legal trouble. The mining tycoon's leadership style often drew criticism on the show, with one episode where he lashed out at his son Kevin for not maintaining a machine properly. Viewers had mixed reactions, but the mining leader wasn't just hard for the sake of it. He was a stickler for safety. He knew that mining was a dangerous job, and one mistake could lead to serious injury or worse. He didn't tolerate anyone breaking safety rules, and that strictness came from his desire to keep his crew safe. His leadership style was about pushing people to their limits, but it also created a lot of pressure. With big investments like his $1.4 million excavator on the line, the gold hunter felt the need to push his crew to do their best. It wasn't always easy, and it took a toll on morale, but it was the way he knew how to get results. The mining veteran never forgot his roots, coming from a modest background growing up on a farm in Holland. He moved to Dawson City in 1994 to chase the gold dream, and the promise of big money drew him to Yukon. He started as an equipment operator, gradually working his way up to managing major claims and eventually leasing out land to other miners. Even now, with millions of dollars worth of gold flowing through his operations, the mining veteran and his team saw themselves as modern-day gold hunters. The thrill of the hunt, the chase for that next big find. Beets, a mining company, hit it big at Paradise Hill, uncovering millions in gold. However, a massive flood nearly stopped everything, leaving the veteran miner and his crew scrambling. A crucial oversight in their license was part of the problem, and it fell to the leader to fix it. They had to dewater the mine, removing water from underground springs and heavy rains. Failing at this meant risking disaster. The youngest member of the team, Mike, faced his own challenge, connecting 5 giant pieces of plastic piping. The machine for smoothing the pipe ends malfunctioned, delaying them further. Mike had to heat a metal plate to 400 degrees Fahrenheit to seal the pipes together, which was crucial for draining the site and beginning the gold search. Another challenge came when Aaron hit a pole and his truck got stuck in a remote area, causing a traffic jam that halted operations. Fixing this became a priority, and Aaron knew he had to be extra cautious moving forward. Eventually, they struck gold at Indian River, where no one had found any in 4 years. Even a small find was a huge boost for the crew. When they returned to Indian River, they hit another small jackpot, 6 large gold flakes. The team leader decided to start up the wash plant, hoping for more gold. However, a helicopter inspection showed they were behind schedule and far from their goal of 3,000 ounces of gold. With high gold prices, the pressure was on to capitalize on the Yukon's potential. The team had to move a portable wash plant, the TRL, used to filter materials across the rough Yukon terrain. Transporting it across the rough terrain was challenging, requiring careful navigation to avoid damage. Once the wash plant was set up, the real digging began. Parker's crew worked on moving a large culvert to manage melting snow and ice. After careful positioning, they secured it and built up the bank to avoid future erosion issues. Back at Indian River, the team expanded the mining area to aim for their goal of 6,000 ounces of gold. Equipment issues added to the struggle, and they had to be precise in every step. They worked on placing a large culvert to handle rising creek water, timing everything carefully before conditions made it impossible. They also needed to build up the road to ensure the equipment could pass without getting stuck. Will they hit their 6,000-ounce target, or is it just wishful thinking? Like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on their journey.